Hello everyone, welcome back to English with Ghofran. Today we are going to learn English through a fun and natural conversation about our daily routine. So, Tom, you look a little tired today. Did something happen this morning?
You noticed? Well, let's just say today started with one tiny mistake. And somehow, that tiny mistake turned into a very stressful morning.
Oh no. Now I am really curious. What happened?
It all started with my alarm clock. Every night, I set my alarm for 6:30. Everything was ready. My clothes, my backpack, even my lunch. I was sure I would have a perfect morning.
That sounds very organized. So, where did everything go wrong?
I accidentally turned off the alarm in my sleep. I don't even remember doing it. The next thing I knew, sunlight was coming through my window. I looked at the clock, and my heart almost stopped.
Don't tell me. It was already 8 o'clock.
7:53.
That's close enough. I think everyone has experienced that feeling at least once.
Exactly. For about 5 seconds, I just stared at the ceiling. I couldn't believe it. Then suddenly, my brain woke up. I jumped out of bed, ran to the bathroom, and started getting ready as fast as I could.
So, today wasn't one of those calm and peaceful mornings.
Not even close. Everything felt like a race. I brushed my teeth while thinking about work. I put on my shoes before finding my wallet, and I almost walked out of the apartment wearing two different socks.
Two different socks. Please tell me you are joking.
I wish I was. I noticed it only after I got on the bus. Luckily, nobody seemed to care. Or maybe they were just too polite to say anything.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't notice either. Most people are too busy thinking about their own mornings.
That's true. Everyone looked half asleep. Some people were drinking coffee. Others were checking their phones. A few people were simply looking out the window. It was a very quiet ride.
You know, I actually like watching people during the morning commute. Not in a strange way, but everyone seems to have their own little routine. Some read a book, some listen to music, some close their eyes for a few more minutes of sleep.
Exactly. It's interesting how different people start their day. What about you? Are your mornings usually this exciting?
Thankfully, no, I prefer slow mornings. I usually wake up before my alarm, not because I'm super energetic, but because I don't like feeling rushed.
Really? Before your alarm? That's impressive. How do you do that?
I think it's because I try to sleep at the same time every night. My body has learned my schedule, so even without the alarm, I often wake up naturally.
I wish my body would learn that. Mine seems to enjoy sleeping a little too much.
Don't worry, you are definitely not the only one.
So, what's the very first thing you do after waking up?
The first thing, I stretch for a minute or two. Nothing complicated, just simple movement to wake up my body. Then I open the curtains and let some fresh air into the room. I love starting the day with sunlight. It instantly makes me feel more awake.
That actually sounds peaceful. My first thought every morning is usually, where's my coffee?
I know coffee would be your answer.
Of course. Coffee is my best friend before 9 in the morning. Without it, I don't think I can have a real conversation.
I think many people feel the same way. For me, a cup of warm tea is enough. It helps me wake up slowly.
Tea in the morning. Coffee in the morning. I guess everyone has their own little tradition.
Exactly. And that's what makes daily routines interesting. They are different for everyone.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
When someone asks, what do you usually do in the morning? Should we use the present tense or the past tense? I know many English learners get confused.
That's a great question. If you are talking about your regular routine, use the present simple. For example, I wake up at 7, I drink tea every morning, I walk to work. These are things you do regularly.
But if you're talking about today or yesterday, you use the past tense. Like, I woke up late. I missed my alarm. I drank coffee.
Exactly. It's a very small change, but it completely changes the meaning of your sentence.
I think that's one of the easiest grammar rules to remember because it matches real life. Every day, present. One specific day, past.
That's right. And here is another tip. When you tell a story, don't jump from one idea to another. Use simple transition words. For example, first, then, after that, later, finally. These words makes your story much easier to understand.
Let's try it. First, I woke up late. Then, I got dressed as quickly as possible. After that, I grabbed my backpack and left the apartment. Later, I caught the bus. Finally, I arrived at work.
Perfect. See? That sounds smooth, natural, and easy to follow. You don't need difficult vocabulary to tell a good story. Sometimes simple English is the best English.
Especially before the first cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Speaking of coffee, I almost forgot to tell you the funniest part of my morning.
Really? I thought that two different socks were the funniest part. What happened next?
Well, I finally arrived at work. I was feeling pretty proud of myself. I thought, okay, I made it. Then I reached into my backpack and froze.
Oh no, what was missing?
My lunch. I spent all that time preparing it last night, and somehow I left it on the kitchen table.
After all that planning? That's unbelievable.
I know. I even remembered my notebook. I remembered my charger. I remembered my headphones. But the one thing I actually needed, I forgot.
Sometimes our brains work in mysterious ways. When you are in a hurry, it's easy to forget the most obvious things.
Exactly. Luckily, there was a small cafe just across the street from my office, so I decided to buy breakfast instead.
That doesn't sound too bad. What did you order?
Hmm. Let me remember. I had a cheese sandwich, a banana, and, of course, another cup of coffee.
Another one? How many cups do you drink in one day?
Honestly, maybe 3, sometimes 4, but don't tell anyone.
Your secret is safe with me, although I think everyone listening already knows.
Fair enough. What about you? Do you usually eat breakfast at home or somewhere else?
Most of the time, I eat at home. I enjoy quiet mornings. I don't like rushing through my breakfast. I prefer sitting down, taking my time, and enjoying the moment.
That sounds relaxing. I really should slow down in the mornings. I'm always rushing from one place to another.
You are not alone. Many people feel like mornings are a race, but even 5 peaceful minutes can change your whole day.
I think you're right. Maybe tomorrow, I'll wake up just a little earlier.
As long as your alarm stays on.
Good point. I'll double check it tonight.
So, once you've had breakfast, what's the next step in your day?
I usually check my schedule first. I like knowing exactly what I need to do. If I have an important meeting, I prepare for it right away. If not, I answer emails and organize my tasks.
That's a great habit. Planning your day can save a lot of time later.
Absolutely. Whenever I make a simple to-do list, I feel much more focused. Crossing things off the list feels surprisingly satisfying.
I know exactly what you mean. Even completing small tasks makes me feel productive.
By the way, that's another useful word. Productive.
Exactly. If someone asks, "How was your morning?" you can say, "It was very productive." That means you finished many important things.
Or, if everything went wrong, you could simply say, it was a stressful morning.
That's right. Or maybe it was a busy morning. Notice that busy doesn't always mean something bad. Sometimes it simply means you had many things to do.
Good point. Some busy days are actually enjoyable, especially when everything goes according to plan.
Exactly. Now, let me ask you something. What's your favorite part of the day? Morning, afternoon, or evening?
Without a doubt, the evening. That's when I finally relax. I can spend time with my family, watch a movie, read a book, or simply enjoy a quiet walk.
I like evenings too. There's something peaceful about knowing you have finished everything you needed to do. It feels like a reward after a long day.
I couldn't agree more. But before we get to the evening, we still have to survive the afternoon. And sometimes, that's the hardest part.
Especially after lunch. That's when many people start feeling sleepy.
Exactly. Around 2 o'clock, my brain starts asking for another coffee.
Or maybe a short nap.
Now that sounds even better.
I think almost everyone feels that way after lunch, especially if they eat a big meal. Sometimes all you want to do is close your eyes for 10 minutes.
Exactly. But unfortunately, my manager probably wouldn't appreciate that very much.
Probably not. So, how did you stay awake during the afternoon?
Well, first I stand up and stretch a little. Then I walk around the office for a minute or two. Sometimes I refill my water bottle. And if I'm still feeling tired, I make another cup of coffee.
I had a feeling coffee would appear again.
It's my afternoon superhero.
For me, a short walk works much better. Even 5 minutes outside can help me feel refreshed. Fresh air really makes a difference.
I should try that. I spend so much time looking at my computer screen that I sometimes forget to take a break.
That's actually an important habit. Taking a short breaks helps you stay focused. You don't have to stop working for an hour. Just a few minutes can help your mind relax.
That's true. Whenever I come back from a short break, I usually work faster.
Exactly. And before you know it, the afternoon is over.
That's always the best feeling. When I look at the clock and realize it's almost 5 o'clock, I start wrapping up my work.
What do you usually do before leaving?
I check my emails one last time. I make a quick note about tomorrow's tasks. I organize my desk. Then I turn off my computer and pack my bag.
That's a nice routine. Starting the next day with an organized desk must feel great.
It really does. Otherwise, the next morning feels much more stressful.
I completely agree. A little preparation today can save you a lot of time tomorrow.
And then, the moment finally arrives. I leave the office, take a deep breath, and head home.
The first step outside after work always feels different. It's like your mind finally says, "Okay, today's work is finished."
Exactly. On the way home, I usually listen to music. Sometimes I call a friend. Other times, I just enjoy the quiet.
I enjoy quiet evenings too. After a busy day, it's nice to slow down for a while.
So, what's the first thing you do when you get home?
The very first thing, I take off my shoes, change into comfortable clothes, and make myself a nice cup of tea. That simple routine tells my brain the busy part of the day is over.
Mine starts with one question. What's for dinner?
I was waiting for you to say that. Do you usually cook? Or do you order food?
It depends. If I have enough time, I enjoy cooking. Nothing fancy. Maybe grilled chicken, rice, or pasta with vegetables. But after a very long day, I'll sometimes order dinner instead.
There is nothing wrong with that. The important thing is finding a routine that works for you.
Absolutely. After dinner, I usually spend some time relaxing. Sometimes I read a few pages of a book. Sometimes I watch a funny TV show. And sometimes I do absolutely nothing.
Honestly, doing nothing once in a while is perfectly okay. We all need time to recharge.
I couldn't agree more. Life is busy enough already. It's important to enjoy the little moments too.
Exactly. Those quiet moments with a cup of tea, a good book, or a simple conversation can become the best part of your day.
You know, there's one question people ask almost every day. How was your day? It sounds simple, but sometimes I don't know how to answer it.
I know exactly what you mean. Many English learners think they need a long answer, but usually a few natural sentences are enough.
Really? So what would you say if you had a great day?
I might say it was a really good day, or I had a productive day, or even everything went smoothly today. They are simple, but they sound very natural.
I like that last one. Everything went smoothly. It gives people a clear picture. Nothing unexpected happened. Everything worked out.
Exactly. Now, what if your day wasn't so great?
Hmm. I'd probably say it was a long day. Or I've had a busy day. Maybe even it was a little stressful.
Those are perfect answers. Notice that none of them are difficult. Natural English is often simple English.
That's actually good news. Sometimes learners spend too much time searching for complicated words.
I completely agree. Using simple words confidently is much better than using difficult words incorrectly.
Can I ask you something else?
Of course.
What's your favorite moment of the entire day? Not morning, not afternoon, just one special moment.
That's a good question. I think my favorite moment is just before bedtime. Everything becomes quiet. There's no rush, no notifications, no meetings, just peace.
I like that. For me, it's the moment I unlock my front door after work. The second I step inside, I feel like I can finally relax.
Home has a special feeling, doesn't it? No matter how busy the day has been, it always feels nice to come back.
Definitely. Sometimes I don't even turn on the television. I just sit quietly for a few minutes. It's amazing how relaxing silence can be.
I do that sometimes too. People often think we always need music or entertainment, but quiet moments are important as well.
I think that's something I've learned recently. Life moves so quickly that we forget to slow down.
Exactly. A daily routine isn't only about work, it's also about taking care of yourself, eating well, getting enough rest, spending time with people you love, and making space for the little things that make you smile.
I like that. Sometimes the happiest part of the day isn't something exciting. It's simply sharing dinner with family, calling a friend, or watching the sunset on the way home.
Those small moments often become our favorite memories.
You know, when we started talking today, I thought I had the worst morning ever. But now, looking back, it's actually a funny story.
Exactly. That's the wonderful thing about life. The moments that feel stressful today often become the stories we love about tomorrow.
I guess I'll never forget the day I wore two different socks to work.
And hopefully, next time we will remember your lunch too.
No promises, but I'll definitely check my backpack before leaving the house.
That's a good plan. And remember, every day is a new chance to build better habits, learn something new, and enjoy the small moments along the way.
Exactly. Whether your day is busy, relaxing, exciting, or completely ordinary, every day gives you another opportunity to practice your English. One conversation, one sentence, and one new expression at a time.
Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us. We hope this conversation give you useful expressions and, more importantly, the confidence to talk about your own daily routine in English. Take care of yourselves, keep practicing, and we will see you in our next conversation.
Have a wonderful day, everyone. See you next time.
Goodbye.